Undertale, widely considered as one of the best indie titles in modern history. Does it deserve that spot? Well, let's find out. Undertale by Toby Fox is definitely a peculiar game. On the outside, it seems like a very simple old-school RPG with a wide variety of scenes and environments, but that's so far from showing the full picture. Initially, the game greets the player with a few slides of exposition, basically giving context to the game. Two opposing races, humans and monsters, used to live in peace together, but for reasons not yet unveiled, war sprung between them, ultimately leading to the humans driving the monsters underground and sealing them there. One day, a young human wandering around falls into a pit. He is now underground, far from home and alone in the dark. At this point, the game starts. From the get-go, the player is immediately conditioned to choose wisely who to trust and who not to. For you see, appearances might trick you, and as I said to the player, this may very well be a world of kill or be killed. From there on, you have two clear paths. You either fight the creatures of the underworld, or you go beyond and try to resolve all conflicts peacefully. Now, you've got to be aware that the game will progressively change depending on your actions when dealing with the creatures of this world. You'll find that there is a whole lot of characters, and if you choose to do so, you can get to know them individually. Each character in the game has his or her own personality, character traits, motivations, backgrounds. Some of them are even linked amongst each other. Every time you get into a quote-unquote fight with a monster, you'll enter a very Mario and Luigi-esque battle system where instead of fighting with standard predefined attacks, you'll get to attack with a single skill-based hit, and defend by maneuvering your heart away from hurting a set of ever-changing unique attacks that vary according to your enemy. Alternatively, you can choose not to fight at all and instead act. This in turn can most of the time open the door to a peaceful resolution by the means of mercy to your foe. But in some cases, you might find this method fruitless and will be forced to reconsider fighting back. Undertale is the type of game that is fun to play and generally good because of its great gameplay, but it's boosted way past beyond that because of its story. Undertale's narrative and plot take the game to a whole new level. As you may have figured out by now, the game has three different paths that you can take when completing the game. A non-violent run, where you don't kill anyone, a full-on serial killer run, where you massacre the underworld, and a neutral run, where you can fall anywhere in between. Undertale is also a metaphor for us as individuals, of our capacity to choose between meaningful action that leads to peaceful resolutions and our violent nature. It's not a coincidence that the two species in the game are humans and monsters. In reality, there is only a single species, us, and we can fall in whichever category we so desire to be on by the way we act in the game, and, by extension, by the way we act in life. You need to know one other thing. The game requires you to go through it at least one second time. Otherwise, you won't reach the real endings. And although it might sound like a chore, trust me, you'll get to experience a very different playthrough compared to your first one. Diving deeper into the story and without spoiling any of it for you, you'll see that the very same game that is mostly comedic and joyful all throughout can get extremely dark and deep from one moment to the next. These changes in tone and slight glimpses into the real story behind Undertale are the real reason this game is so good. I will admit that by the end of my second run I was pretty much in tears. I had managed to connect very fondly with every single major character in the game, and that is something that you don't really see often in modern gaming. Undertale captures and understands the essence of what it means to deliver a meaningful story, and it's because of that I can only award it my highest score. Undertale is one of the games that will go down in video game history as one of the standouts, and you should definitely give it a try.